Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from the Big Chubowski with another round of Grand Arena. I'm fighting Dronf from the guild Cantina Lords, which is the last guild we fought in Territory Wars. And I believe he's an officer in that guild, so he probably wants some revenge. 9.7 mil GP, quite a lot of Grand Arena Omicrons. And he hasn't attacked, which has been kind of a theme recently. I've noticed that a lot of my opponents don't attack until the last few hours, which, I mean, no shade thrown. I did it myself for the longest time just because I couldn't be too flexible with my time, and it just mostly worked out in the last few hours. But it's just been a consistent thing, and I've also noticed it a lot at the top ranks, where a lot of the players don't go until the very end or try to go last, just for that competitive advantage. And I'm wondering if that's just something that a lot of you might be seeing, or if it's really just me. I've been wondering about it, so yeah. On my defense here, I've got Starkiller up here, Night Sisters, and a Rage Jedi training team. So I decided to change things up there a little bit, as it's been more of the same recently. And then over here, this is sort of like the death of Darth Revan on defense, because Malak is just like too much necessary with SEE or with Rey, it seems. Like, you can't really set either of those teams without Malak in many of the cases, because they just end up getting taken by Starkiller or by Grievous in the case of SEE. So you're just almost forced to shift your Malak away, and without Malak, a Darth Revan team is just not that good. It can still be annoying, can still draw troopers, but there's also a lot of weaker Darth Revan teams that can be beaten by Bad Batch. Yeah, then there's also the fact that Lord Vader in general, people set a lot of team comps that block the Fennec counter. So if the Fennec counter doesn't work on Lord Vader, that just means that they have to use their bounty hunters in a different way, and then very often they end up back at Darth Revan. So for me, it's like, it's kind of been the death of Darth Revan on defense, unfortunately, because I have a very fast Darth Revan given sort of the mods that I'm able to spare, 354. It's always been a nice advantage, forcing the other player to spend their gas on there and be unable to trooper it. But really, that's just gone from my perspective, and SLK is sort of starting to be a GL where you do want the other player to spend a GL on it as well. You don't just want to set it so that they JK or JKL, because at this level, the win rates are just super good. Almost everyone knows how to play the counter, and you'll almost never catch anyone out with it anymore. So there's really, like, people are starting to look for ways to keep their SLK viable rather than being forced to keep him on offense. And in this case, you can see me set these 3 GLs because my opponent always sets 4 GLs on defense: Lord Vader, JMK, SLK, and Rey, and then keeps his SCE and JML on offense. So my goal was to try to make it really difficult for him to spend a non-GL on one of my GLs. You can't really soft counter the SLK too much. Maybe Starkiller could do it if you really know how to play that, and he does keep Starkiller on offense. His Fennec counter is not really done yet, and my team would be faster than his, so that would give him some trouble, along with the fact that his Beskar Mando is on defense, so the win rates then are really quite tragic. And given that I don't need SE on defense, on offense, sorry, I can set Thrawn there as well. And then the SEE team there with Malak makes Grievous impossible, and probably Starkiller would have a pretty rough time, because when Mara opens with her AoE, assuming that Mara is even used, or maybe he would know some other comp, but when Mara attacks, she's gonna get countered by 3 characters with ability blocks on their basic. So I would like to think that after that first move, she's gonna be put out of action. So this is a pretty difficult team to take Starkiller against as well. So I'm just kind of hoping that he will fall short in some way, but maybe Gas can do something against SLK. I have no clue. Though my Darth Revan there would fear their whole team, and that could make it a lot more difficult for them to get going. I don't know. I'll let him answer those questions, but just wanted to show you what I've said there and sort of the reasoning behind it. But it all depends on whether he has his SLK in the back as well. Some mild changes here. You could notice Short Trooper there with the Iden team. I am so tired of trying to guess whether I need to keep Range Trooper or Death Trooper on offense just for my absolute pleb Iden team. Like, just keep both of them. Just set a really weak Iden team, as it's already bad as it is anyway, and just take that headache out of there, because that's not really the team that defines my map anyway. Then on fleets, he always sets his 3 strongest fleets. So I've tried to make life difficult for him, given the fleets that he keeps for offense. And I'll just see if that works out. So if he kept SLK for offense, then it's potentially all going to come down to fleet. On his defense end, so I mentioned he almost always sets the same. Best commander there under Django. Malak he separates out and sets with Rey to prevent people from using Starkiller. Even though there's different solutions there, it's just a common thing. And then down here he has his 3 GLs in the front and then probably SLK, Night Sisters and an Iden team in the back. So pretty sturdy defense. I need to keep a lot of stuff for offense to get through all of it. I guess I could just get started on the gas team. Always very nice when they target Han there. That's just, I'm just a tad bit short there, that's a pity. Okay, go for him, and now C-3PO. Can hopefully get him down. This timing's really annoying actually. Not really sure what the smartest call here. I think, to be honest, just a basic. But yeah, I was a bit worried about that. So now I need to group a tactical Rex. That should be feasible actually, it's okay. There we go, but I don't think I can get both of those out before gas stands back up, so it gets a bit uglier. Although, if he... this dumbass targets Han, but no expose on the first one there, so... that changed things up a bit. I'm looking alright though. This might hurt a lot. It's okay. Heal up a bit. I'll just basic. And it would be nice if I can not lose Han here. Yeah, the gas AI is just bad. Like, on the one hand you're like, oh, great for me, but if you set the team yourself, then you also know you're gonna have a similar situation. Can he survive this is the question. I think I'll just try. That's a definitive yes. And there we go. So I'm gonna have to do a Rey mirror, a JMK mirror, and then JML against Lord Vader. Now most people probably play this a ton in their arena. I don't actually. I usually climb with my, what's his name? Lord Vader. So for me this is really not a fight I do too much. I'm not gonna bother with the whole, oh maybe you can keep all of your characters alive thing. Like, maybe you do that every day in your mirror matches, but I really can't be bothered. You just kick out the tank and then you focus on Cat and you're fine. And everyone else typically survives, so it's just not worth those banners to me. Maybe it ends up biting me, but honestly, if I lose a match to that, I'd do it again. It's just not an appealing strategy to me. Interesting that the AI chose to reset Ahsoka there. But I guess the special was already up. They're definitely hitting my Cat a lot harder than they typically do. Even though Padme is there as well. Let's bail Cat out. Get rid of theirs. I was pretty sure I already got the first kill earlier. Oh well. 91k from Ahsoka, wow. I'm not sure I've done that much damage before. Or maybe I've just never paid attention to it. So really only recently focused a bit on our modding. Historically, always one of those characters that never really got too much attention. There you go. And I think I'll just go for JMK once he drops that high ground stuff. I don't really want to deal with the counters until then. Also, it's not too hard to get rid of all the sides first. And now he drops it, so I'll go for JMK with this one. I thought just to get the healing immunity, but I guess not yet. Let's basic her out. It looks scary for a little bit uncat there, but I'll probably stick with it and just keep using this approach until it costs me a round. And actually, I said earlier I still wouldn't care, so let's stick with that too. I think everyone's full, so let's just end it here. Apparently not, I didn't actually check who wasn't, but I believe it. Moving on to the Rey team then, I have to do a mirror there. Which is a bit awkward with Malak in. But maybe I can sort of abuse that and get Malak to drain me at the right times. Okay, so given that I have Jedi Knight Anakin left over, I figured why not try to throw him into this team. He still gets protected by Rey, and I figured maybe his healing immunity can help speed up the fight in some way. Could be interesting. The alternative is using like Rey Scav or Rose, but I don't think that's going to do a lot. I believe his Rey is a fair bit faster. Not much. 523 and 10.7k offense. And mine is 511, 12.6k. Alright, let's see how it goes. Now, the one thing I did consider is maybe I was going to need another tank to make sure that Holdo would actually taunt, like another foresight character, I mean. What's my first target here? Kind of have to think about this. I'll just still swap to him to get the inspiration on him. And probably just... I don't want to AoE. Don't really want to get countered by everyone. And the same kind of goes over here, but I think I'll do it just for the heal. And I've got crit immunity. And it makes Holdo taunt anyway, so that's okay. I think Rey in her next turn is already going to go into ult, so I'm going to try to get rid of Rey Jedi training here. Didn't get it, dang. Really thought I was definitely going to be close enough there. This might end up hurting then. Let's go for a stun over here. Oh, Dispel, that is nasty timing. I can lap her once here. Because I had very high turn meter, I should actually strip his inspired. I'm saying I can lap her, but I'm not actually sure. I mean, even if I don't, I would totally tank that, so I think I'll be alright. I could have gone for him there, but that's okay, let's just focus on the time a bit. Yep, tank that whirlwind, that's what I was hoping for by going into ult later. And let's just hit Rey. So see if I can pick off Resistance Zero Finn. Yikes, that's not good. Because Holdo is gone there, definitely. I'll just basic here. Okay, she's in damage immunity. Fight's not looking too awesome. I think I'm gonna take a whirlwind in a sec here. So let's spend this wisely. I'm just gonna basic. Okay, she's going into ult, so I'll use that to pick off. I might do Poe because I think Finn will also die. No, he didn't. Okay, that's not great. Swap to Rey because I need some lifeblood. This one's gonna be difficult to tank. I don't really feel like Jedi Knight Anakin has added much in particular. So I'll probably eat the dust in a sec. Okay, Poe made it out, that's good. But I think a whirlwind's gonna come in a sec here. Okay, That one's gone, that's good. And then hand this one out over here. I'm gonna go into ult. Just in time. I can just go for him. And all of them should be low enough to get picked off, besides Rey. And I also tanked that one, so all things considered, not too bad. That should have actually been a basic for the healing immunity on Malak. But I think I get him down here. Easy. And I actually even tanked that. Let's risk it to get her low. It's probably not good enough. Nope. Somewhat close. Yeah, next ult is definitely gonna kill someone. Swap to Rey here. Get another lifeblood. Hope that's enough. Still got healing immunity. This is a heal as well. Or like protection recovery, I believe. Yep, I got it. Nice. Not too bad, to be honest. Could have ended a lot worse. So not very clean, but given that I was totally improvising there, I'm not going to complain. Alright, very strong Lord Vader team with a faster Lord Vader than my JML, which means I don't get a TM boost from my opener here. So I really have to land the ability block on Darth Vader, which I did. And then I get to cleanse all of this stuff. That's nice. I'll do an AoE here, just to take the stealth and to spread some buffs. And then I'll get started on Roy, the Royal Guard. At least that's what I imagine his name is, just Roy. Weapon tech on Ki-Adi-Mundi. And then health on Grandmaster Yoda. Oh, he hit what there? That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen that. He almost always goes for Shaq. No complaints for me. No need to really control anyone, so I'll just call Ki-Adi-Mundi here. And this one should kill. There we go. I still get to hand this out, really? I guess there's no way of pushing that cooldown back. Ult with 4 people alive gets kind of painful though. And I hope I can reach my ult. Yeah, I got it. Nice. And he should be down. All good, because I'm about to eat his AoE. There it is. Perfect timing. I did lose Grandmaster Yoda. That's the risk of all the mastery he had there from his team. That's messed up, and then Watt is gone as well. Hopefully I can still make it through, because I don't really have a budget for a cleanup. So given that he is still in ult, I'm gonna do this. And I might risk Darth Vader getting into Merciless here. Yeah, he does. But there's no debuffs on my end, or not too many anyways. So that was a calculated risk. Not one I feel super comfortable with, though. Let's see if I can get this guy out. Still ult on their end, so let's just call this one. And this, yeah, the whole goal was to make that hurt less, and I'll do it again pretty much every single time it's available. And he's out of ult as well. So now I gotta get this dude down and ability block. Get rid of him before there's another ultimate, because if that happens, I have a really big problem. Health tech on Shaq would have been a lot nicer, actually. I need to make sure that she gets healed. Use this again. She lost those debuffs though. So actually I'll call this assist here, because it's definitely gonna kill him. And then she gets healed too. And I just use Grow Beyond every time it is available, and then F-Lux after. And just completely control him. Slap on an armor shred. I would even spare a cleanse here. That's something I think I messed up at one point in the past, and then I got down to 2 characters. Not really something I would advise. And now he pretty much never gets to do anything. And just gradually pick him off. It's a bit uglier, but I mean, the number of relics I was up against I had fairly limited options there. And Shaq gets the full health still. Good, glad that was a one-shot. And let's see if he does have SLK in the back. If it's on offense... Oh, JML, nice, he's changed something. That is awesome. Not really for me, I mean, that's gonna be painful for me. But I've got to think there as well, it's gotta have some implications for him. If he has his SLK on offense... he could do an SLK mirror, but that would be very ugly. SLK Night Sisters, since he doesn't have Night Sisters in the back, I think. That was a Mandalorian team. That might be his goal then. Make sure that he could definitely break the Lord Vader team. But yeah, SLK Night Sisters isn't necessarily a win either. But I guess he could get away with that. But I'll definitely have to double shot that if I even succeed, so we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, obviously on SEE you would have a very easy kill. But that still leaves him with a tricky situation somewhere. But nice play from him. Let's see what I can do against the JML, if anything. It seems okay to go into bird stance here because Queel is about to move, which means my whole team will move. So let's actually do that. Well, with the exception of Dengar actually. Oh, he still goes. Okay. That's fine. Who's missing on their end? I guess Death. Soften Aiden up a bit. Killer. Wow, this might be one of the weaker teams I've fought, but I guess that's what the double tank does. I've been so used to fighting Stark and Death in there as well. Those are definitely pretty sturdy. Alright, got through that one. It's just me putting off the JML fight, I guess. I'll have to preload it, and the win rates for Gas and Grievous are really low. So I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to pull that off. But I do also need to keep enough to clear out the rest of his teams, and I guess that's going to be the trickier part of it. So for the burner I figured let's try 5 gear 12 characters. I'm not sure that's going to be too much or too little, but they can tank JML's Afflux, and I do want to get some more specials out after that. So make them spend the lessons so I don't immediately get toppled in a millisecond. So he spends his buffs, that's a kill. And all of these are lessons. Droideka actually gets the shot in. Alright, let's see if that was enough. And then I think maybe the most hopeful call would be to use Gas. Now that the lessons are gone, I could see an argument for Grievous because it buys a little bit of time before characters start dropping. But I think I start too far behind on turn meter. And that would give me major issues, so it's gonna be a gamble. And I already sit down pretty much immediately. I think I might still taunt. Not sure that's a great call though, but I think he can take some hits. And he would get dispelled by Shaq. Assuming she tries to dispel, I guess. JML will also go around taunt, so maybe it's actually my only call. And I think Rex will take a turn before most of them do. Yeah, that gets dispelled as expected, so here I boost. And that's going to give my Gas a chance to stand up for a millisecond. And hopefully JML does an Afflux while most of my guys have Tenacity up. And I crit all of them. I think I put a lot of them under max health there, that's what it looked like anyway. Alright, let's get chopping, guys. Yeah, this is great, no lessons there. But maybe I just wait with cheering until the fight is over. Because he's about to hit his ultimate, that's gonna hurt a lot. Did that just burn 5s and not do anything? No, okay, that burned 5s for sure. It would be great if I had Annihilate available here. I'd put it on Jolie. Sadly, that's not the case. I think I might just reduce the turn meter on JML himself, because he is the deadliest, besides the lessons that others will call in. Because now Gas can stand up before he moves. And I've got Tenacity up, so that's good at least. That crit immunity is killing though. Yeah, this is not really going anywhere. Maybe when Gas stands up the final time I can do a bit of damage, but that's about all I'm gonna get here, I think. Stack some more offense. Gas stands up again. There's hope. I don't want to target the others because it's not going to do much. Let's get a kill on Jolie here, I think. Turn meter boost seems tempting, but if I can get Jolie out, that would be a good start. There we go. And now hopefully pick off Grandmaster Yoda in one hit. Because Grievous would be able to clean this up. I would like to think anyway. Got him out. Awesome. And probably just hit Barris, because I think JML might heal from me not doing enough damage. This one might though, with the turret in there. Okay, got our turn meter back, and that now allows me to take him out. Okay, so gear 12 for the win, it seems. Everything lined up very nicely. And I hope that he's gonna have a tough time on one of my teams as well, because otherwise he's gonna one-shot me, and that's game over. But I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. That could have gone a lot worse. And the taunt with 5s was definitely the right call. Fortunately, that also makes this fight easier. Come on, can I get a stun on Kara? There we go. Sweet. And by the time Mon Mothma finally takes a turn, she's like, what? I don't have a team left. Sweet. Well, if the gas team wouldn't have worked, but maybe like opened up the way for Grievous, I would have probably tried Bad Batch on the Darth Revan team. Given that it did work, let's not do that. I'll just spend it on the dash. I'd love to experiment with it, but it's kind of throwing away a win. Because the win rates are really low. So let's not take more unnecessary risks there. I think the big lesson here was how to deal with a JML if you have to multi-shot it. So I'll take that one and just test other stuff out the next time. Okay, so you don't want to use the TM removal. Keep in mind you can't remove turn meter from debuffed Sith Empire. So you just armor shred, makes it easier to get through this dude, especially if he's as tanky as this one. However, I also have the luxury to just ignore his tankiness. Since there's no Malak, dispel all of this. Now I can kill someone else and then I can deathmark Sith Empire Trooper and deal with him that way. It's just much easier. Which is why this team comp is a bit strange. People do like to set it, but I never quite understood the point. Let's probably just go for him. And then now slap on that death mark. Get him out of here. And this also gets Nest pretty low. Now I might be able to daze her. No. Sadly not. Basic for this one. And there's the daze. You always want to pick that stun over the death mark. A lot of people would immediately spam the death mark, but I mean, her not being able to heal now will make it easier for me to kill her than if she had a death mark, but she has full health and actually just immediately stacks, I believe anyway. Because the death mark, it can just come later. You don't really have a rush for time. There's 3 minutes left. So I think making sure that she doesn't randomly take out someone in your team either, because you might not have very well-geared troopers all around, is also just a far more appealing option. It's always a matter of like, if you would take 1,000 fights with various team strengths, etc., or outcomes, with dodges, etc., what would be the most reliable? Then to me it's just most reliable to make sure that Nest is stunned before death marking her, so I just go with the default option. And then you also don't have to make decisions on every little thing. Just make your own life a bit easier. Because now the second she'll move, she'll be gone and I'll be full banners. And there it is. So yeah, you can see like 40k damage there from the death mark. I think it was a pretty high relic nest, so I'm not sure she would have gone out had I done that the first time and she was at full health. Was it relic 7 nest? Yeah. So the thing here is like you can bring Jolie but to get revives, but if Django or Beskar Mando kill anyone, which are the main damage dealers, you lose them anyway, so I don't really see the point and would just prefer to have Old Ben for the ability block, for the taunt. It just seems more useful to me. He's running a fast IG, which just maxes my Old Ben, thanks for that. And I'll just go straight for this dude. And let's see if we can chop him low enough. Doesn't seem to be that way. Then they'll just have to wait for my second try. So Queel is out of damage immunity here. I think I'll always swap to JKL just so he's gonna get his stun back later. I can only go for Beskar Mando. I'll put up the taunt here. Alright, let's start working on him. Maybe ability block Django. Thanks for triggering him early. It's very friendly. And it's fortunately still Savior, that could have backfired. Maybe a bit wasted, but I don't think anyone actually cares. And now I probably want to do the swaps and the assists to Hermit Yoda to try to get some banners back. Now this one I don't really understand. His dash is only 314 speed. I don't really get the point of setting that on defense then. Because he had a really fast IG, I guess he just doesn't want to remod it. But it doesn't seem like the best spend of what are otherwise pretty good characters. And I'm sure he has the speed somewhere around his roster, so that's just not really bothering probably. Which is okay, it makes my life easier, but... Swap over to Echo, and then we're gonna go for the Vader kill. And he has actually also changed up his fleet defense Went with Chimera this time instead of the Malevolence. So that's gonna be interesting and problematic, I'm guessing. Well, let's fight the typical Mandalorian whale team. I believe this fight is gonna be overly brief. Get rid of this guy. Oof, double 100k, that is brutal. Well, now I also know the gear levels of his gauntlet. That's gonna be fun. Okay, he wins the coin flip. Pretty brutal. I'll open with a heal here. And I'm gonna go for his Xanadu Blood. Got at least a double tap there. I'll call my Bosk here, just to get rid of those debuffs. Sith Bomber, okay. So that's the anti-finalizer lineup, which fortunately for me, I don't use. But that's something we're going to start seeing a lot of as well. I think I'll just go for Xanadu Blood here and get rid of him. Sort of 100% cement me ahead in the Terminator train. Terminator train in the ultimate race. And I'll reapply the chaff here. Don't think I even want to bother on Bosk, to be honest. It'll get cleansed anyway, as you can see. So no mark on him because Mando can't assist, but I'll be fine. See you, mate. Yeah, this we're really gonna start seeing a lot of, especially as everyone starts 7-starring the Echelon once it becomes farmable. It might just become almost default. So then people will have to figure out what to do. Like going back to Malevolence, maybe? Maybe they'll start doing that, or maybe they hold both. That would also seem like a likely outcome. Since this was such a fantastic experience last time, let's do it again. Oh, that Ahsoka hits so stupidly hard. I literally just almost lost my piston in the opener. Okay, he's already low enough. I'd probably burn that loyalty, I think. Yeah, I've got to burn it. I need to make 100% sure that they spend that. So here I'll get rid of the healing immunity and buff immunity. Uh-oh. That's not gonna go well. Anakin should come in here to save Plo. Nice. Plo should come in here to save Anakin. Somewhat the other way around, dude. Let's get him out of here. Great. And I think I might go for Plo next, because Ahsoka is going to take a while. This should kill him. Great. Let's dispel that. And this is where the group attack comes in, but my fleet's looking good. So I can take it. Oh, this is... Whoa, I was just gonna say this is so much more comfortable than last time, but after that attack I'm gonna reconsider. Get Ahsoka out of here. And I'll just take out Y-Wing. I don't really want their loyalty to come in and make me spend an eternity behind 2 ships rather than 1. Call in my Y-Wing. Maybe I get to save Cassian. And then I can do that negotiator fight against Resisted. Dude, could you not? I can do the negotiator again against the Chimera. Although I believe last time it was actually Executrix. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I'll heal Cassian. I think I can get him to... Nope. I meant Biston. Thought I could get him to full, but just a little bit off. But a 68 I'm super happy with. So no complaints there. Last fleet then. So I believe his Vader is faster than my negotiator. Well, he obviously is. Or I meant the Gauntlet is obviously faster. But I thought Vader would be as well. And I think he is. He might be Relic 8. So what I did in the last fight here was do a basic on Vader, which I'll do again, just for the offense down. Because he's gonna basic otherwise anyways and make the TIE Bomber taunt. And now this has to land some target locks on Gauntlet and Vader. Because when it does, 5s can do his AoE and at least pick off Vader and potentially even the Gauntlet, which would be really neat. Last time that Gauntlet part did not work out, and I don't think it will now either, due to the Relic 6 pilots, but I'm decently happy with that progress. And then this one comes in and afterwards I call in Plo and I get to bail out my Anakin, maybe. It's looking a bit dodgy there. So I recall last time here I put up the taunt and that immediately like kind of got ignored / dispelled. So instead I'll do the TM boost now and see if I can make it turn out a different way. And just as then, I didn't really land target locks, which led to some problems. Now they get a heal off. I was really hoping I could get Gauntlet out, but that's not really looking likely. Okay, nice, I get to save him this time. Last time that didn't really work out. Okay, great. This is gonna be even cleaner. Well, even cleaner. Last time wasn't particularly clean, but if that ship comes in and Gauntlets still arrive, it just doesn't look too good. This ship is crazy annoying though. Let's target this one, dispel those buffs and see if I can crit it out. Still no crits from Ahsoka. She's got plenty of relics, but the crit chance is just sad. And now I get to put a taunt up at a good time. And the ultimate comes in here as expected, which... Is that possible? It didn't defeat me, like, even though I had the, I guess, unending loyalty overcomes that. I've never been in a position to experience that, I guess, so. Interesting. Let's cleanse the burning and... Oh, I don't have the group attack, okay. Let's target this guy then. AoE, nice, 107k, that's beautiful. Yeah, I thought I might lose that one. I'll just do a basic for the turn meter on the capital. Maybe she can crit now? No, just entirely uninterested. And instead of calling in Rex, I'll go for the group attack, it's gonna have more impact. Funny though, because I think last time I had 64 banners and now it's 63, even though this was cleaner. Anyway, final score 1778. He can only afford to drop one and then he'll have to be very efficient. So I think I have okay odds, but we'll see how it works out. He'll have to take some risks to try to one-shot all the GLs. So I look forward to it. I'll let you know how it works out. He just finished attacking, and as you can see I won by 2 banners, which is the closest call I've had in a very long time, and I typically really don't even have any close calls. It's always quite a decisive win. But I thought when he had the last fleet to go there, the reddest fleet, he had to get a 72, which is possible, but it depends a bit on what you have left. But I guess he ended up with like a 69. But I thought, oh no, I'm gonna actually lose this potentially, even though in the front here on my Night Sister team he took 2 attempts. And yeah, I know Night Sisters, pretty old school defense, but as mentioned in a couple other videos, the Spirit is 343 and it's gonna one-shot someone in the opener. As expected on the wall here with the 3 JLs, he did struggle. He took 3 attempts on the Lord Vader team, got it down eventually, so I'm guessing he used Fennec first or something, and got it down to just Lord Vader and then tried to clean up. And that took a couple attempts. And on the back, he probably immediately threw Wampa at Iden, etc. So he made up some banners there, but I was like, this dude dropped 3 battles. Of course, like the cleanup there on Lord Vader, you don't drop as much for the 3rd one, but even then I was thinking there's no way he can still catch up. But he still got really close, and I was trying to think like, where the hell did I drop that many banners besides against JML? But the Rey battle, I did end up with pretty low banners there, as I didn't have health banners on anyone, I think, and yeah, that was only like a 50 something, 56 or 55 or anything like that. So it was a bit of a close call, and then against Lord Vader I also dropped 2 characters, so it adds up a bit across the fights, and that made it so that he could almost catch up to me. But I'm glad he didn't. So thanks for the interesting match. I'll be curious to see what he used against the teams. And also what he used against Night Sisters. He's probably hitting his head over that one because the 2nd attempt just took it out entirely. But yeah, also just heard the news that next season is going to be 3v3. So that's going to be fantastic. So many people are going to be complaining, sadly. But yeah, CG is pretty tone deaf about this. So unfortunately, I mean, I don't mind a lot, but I don't really want them to alternate the way they did before. It was just too much 3v3 for my liking. So I do hope they'll make some potential changes to not overdo it, but I'm not holding my breath for it. So yeah, looking forward to the last 5v5 week then. I'll try to enjoy it, see if I can do any interesting stuff. Hope you liked the round, I hope your rounds have been going well, and I'll see you all again soon for some more 5v5.